So what we had in scientific notation previously is, so a given number can be written in the form of, a given number can be written in the form of a into 10 to the power of b, right? Now, so here already I spoke about this, where a is an integer, b is an integer, a is called what happened, right? So this a into 10 to the power of b means, suppose if we have 350, that can be written in terms of 3.5 into 10 to the power of 2, or in these two ways also it can be written. But which way is correct according to this scientific notation, we need to know, right? So for that, just a minute. No. For that, so right. So for that, what we are doing is a into 10 to the power of b. We are knowing what is what. Like a means we pronounce it as a times 10 raised to the power of b. Generally, how it is pronounced. So generally, we call it as a into 10 to the power of b only. So that's not an issue. Now, right. So this both are real numbers only, and this is integer. This is a real number, and one second, where a, this a we are calling it as a significand, right, or mantissa. A is called significand or mantissa, and I already told you this mantissa, whatever we are calling a as mantissa, this is different from whatever we use in logarithms. So if you don't know about logarithms, you will come to know in mathematics. When your mathematics class starts, you will come to know there, right? Next. Next one. About this, we have to speak no 3.5 or 35 into 10 to the power of 1 or 350 into 10 to the power of 0, which has to be written exactly, generally. Now, this 350, generally, for example, 350, if it is there, we will write in this fashion. 3.5 into 10 to the power of 2, we will write. And here, after one digit, we will be placing decimal in general. Suppose whenever some result, if we come across with some result, if we are writing after one digit, if you place decimal, here 10 power 0 should not be there. After placing the decimal after one digit, 10 power 0 should not be there. So we don't need to write that. It is 3.5 only at that time. And 10 power 1 also should not be there. Okay, so when more than one power, if it is there, we will write in this notation, because 10 power 1, if it is there, means what does it mean? 35. 35 further, we don't need to write it. Simply, when more than powers, when more than 2 is there, generally we follow this notation. It is not wrong that if we write in this fashion, 10 power 1, 10 power 0, generally what we follow is after one digit, we will place decimal, and powers, we will make sure that it will be more than 2. It may be minus or plus. Okay, so that is how we write scientific notation. Sometimes we will get in fractions, 0.000000, something like that. So that time, so we will make it into 10 raised to power of whatever we are getting. Okay, so this is how we write results when we get in fractions or when we get in larger values. So after one digit, we will be placing a decimal. This is what we call it as scientific notation, right? So we will continue further. We will understand when we solve problems clearly. So this forms allows easy comparison of two numbers. This is a major thing. Like when we are getting two values, so suppose if we are finding some length in a measurement, if we are getting two different values, so if it is in different digits, it may be a little difficult to compare. If we write it in scientific notation, so it is easy to compare. So that is the reason we will use scientific notation. Okay, this is also one more important point. Next, so that's all about scientific notation, and we will continue further with next topic. See, next topic is important, and it looks some interesting. Rounding of the uncertain digits. Is my voice is clear to everyone?
No, sir.
Yes, sir.
Or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So
Yes, sir.
okay. Rajeshwari, the problem might be with you. Just check your
Yes, sir.
earphones under. Huh? Right. Now,
Okay, sir.
right. So rounding of the uncertain digits. So we are continuing with the same scientific, sorry, significant figures only. So there in significant figures, we have come across certain and uncertain digits. I mean, reliable and uncertain. So that uncertain values may change. That's the reason. So if we want if we want it to be round up, in this round up, we will be having two things: round up and round down. Okay, that what exactly is that we will see in this. So here, so round of a number means dropping of digits which are not significant. Not significant means which are uncertain. Large digits we can round up. We will be having certain rules here. Around 5 rules will be there. Those we will see clearly. So these are known topic only, but we will be studying it in detail. So you will not have any more doubts after completion of this topic, right? See, if the digit to be dropped is smaller than 5, then the preceding digit should be left unchanged, right? See how exactly it is. We have some number 7.32. I wanted to round off to 2 digits only for that. So which I want, if I want to round off for 2 digits, so what I have to do, this 2 has to be dropped. If this 2 has to be dropped, so what is given? The digit to be dropped is smaller than 1. Of course, it is smaller than 1. 2 is smaller than 1, which we want to drop. So what we have to do, if it is smaller than 1, directly we can drop it without any change. Okay. So 2 digits we have to write 7.3 directly we are writing. Okay. The digit or the digits, whichever we want to drop to wherever we want to drop, if it is less than 5, whether it may be 3, 4, whatever we have here 2. So in place of this, if we have 3 or 4, if we want to drop that, so as the value is less than 5, directly we can write it as a 7.3 only. Okay. One more we'll see. 8.94 is there. If we want to round it up for 2 digits, so this 4 is less than 5, so we can drop this directly without any change. 8.9 we will write. Okay, the digit which has to be dropped is smaller than 5, we have seen. If it is greater than 5, what we will do, that comes in second rule. Okay, so if it is greater than 5, what we will do, we will raise it by 1 digit. Okay, the preceding digit should be increased by 1. What is preceding digit here? 2 preceding digit is 3, 4 preceding digit is 9. In place of this 2 and 4, if there is a digit more than 5, this is the case, second case. Okay, example we'll see. So 17.26 is there. This 6 is greater than 5. So when we are dropping it, one more digit, 1 has to be added to this preceding 2. Okay, so this preceding 2 will be increased by 1. So 2 will become 3 when we are dropping this 6. Okay, so it will become 17.3. One more example we'll see. 11.89 is there. Now, so what happens? 9 if you want to drop. 9 if you want to drop. So what happens? So this 9 when we are dropping, so 8 has to be increased by 1, right? So then 11.9 right. So that is about if digit to be dropped greater than 5. Less than 5 we have seen and greater than 5 we have seen. Right. Next one. If the digit to be dropped is 5 only. See here. If it is greater than less than 5 we have seen, whichever we have to drop. If it is greater than 5 also we have seen. If it is 5 only, if it is only 5, what we have to do? See, if it is 5 followed by digits other than 0, followed by digits other than 0, then the preceding digit should be raised by 1. We'll see exactly. So 7.352 is there. We want to drop this 5. We want to drop this 5. So what we are doing, 7.352 352 is there. After 5 there is a digit. After 5 there is a digit, right? This digit is non-zero. If this digit is non-zero, what we are doing? We are increasing this preceding digit by 1. So 7.3 will become 7.4 when we are writing up to 2 decimals. If you want to drop this 2, it is easy. Already it comes into first case. So what we will do? We'll directly write 7.35. It will come into first case, right? Next, one more example. We'll see. 18.159 is there. So this 5, up to 5 we want to drop. Up to 3 digits we want to write. So what happens? This after 5 there is a non-zero digit. That's why this number has to be increased by 1. So 18.1 becomes 18.2. Okay. So when 5 is there, we will have further cases also. When 5 is there, after 5 if there is a non-zero digit, so we will increase that preceding digit by 1. Okay. Next, in this 5, if the following digit, if it is 0, like whatever 2 and 9 are there, in place of that, if there is a 0, what happens? We'll see. If the digit to be dropped is 5, or 5 followed by zeros. See, here it should be careful. Here we have spoke about 5 after if there is a non-zero digit. If there is no digit after 5, that also we have to see. And if there is a 0 after this also we have to see. Both comes under here. Okay. So if there is a digit after 5, that is the digit is 0 or only 5 if it is there, no more digits after that, then the preceding digit is not changed. Not changed if it is even. If it is even, see, we'll see. Now 3.45 is there. So no more digit is there. So we don't need to change if before digit is even. Okay, 3.4 will write. See, 8.250 is there. So after 5 there is a 0. So when we want to drop this 5, we will see what is there left side of it. What is there left side of it? Even digit. So if even digit is there, as it is, we'll write. If odd digit, if it is there, we will increase by 1 again. We'll see that. If the digit to be dropped is 5 or 5 followed by zeros, then the preceding digit is raised by 1 if it is odd number. If preceding digit is odd number, then we will increase it by 1 digit. 3.35. So what happens? This 5 has to be dropped. So this 5. So preceding digit is odd, so we will increase it by 1. 3.4 it will become. Same case in case of here also. Okay. The preceding digit is even or odd, we will see. So if it is even, we will write as it is. If it is odd, we will be increasing it by 1. Okay. Now here, whatever, see, I'll go back to this once again. So whatever we are dropping here, we are decreasing. See, we are keeping it unchanged, no? So here we call it as a round down, we call. And if we increase it, so 3.26 became 17.26 became 17.2 became 17.3. Here we are increasing. So here we can call it as a round up, round down. So instead of that confusion, directly I used rounding off. Okay, so rounding of digits involving with the 5 rules. Okay, I hope it is clear, and we'll go back to this. If we will continue with this, if you are clear with this topic, let me know if you have any doubts in this. I'm giving a right to unmute yourself. You can ask me if you have doubt anywhere. Somebody posted something. Explain the third point. Okay, third point. See, okay, once again, somebody asked the third point, Rajarajeshwari, I think. I'll explain it once again. Now, if the digit to be dropped is smaller than 5, we are not changing directly 7.32. If it is there, 7.3, we are writing. No more issues here. If the digit to be dropped is more than 5, we are increasing preceding digit by 1 unit. Okay, and we are writing. If the digit to be dropped is 5 only, 5 only if it is, then what we have to do? Then we will look for whether any zeros are there beside of it, or any non-zero digits are there before it, I mean after it, we will see. See here in this example, so the digit to be dropped is 5. Okay, so if I have to drop this 5, we will look for after that what is there. What is there? 2 is there. Second point also. Okay, I'll explain. See, in the second point, what is happening? 1 second. In the second point, what is happening? The digit to be dropped here 17.26 is there. This 6 I want to drop. When I want to drop this 6, I want to write this total number into 3 significant figures only. So if I want to write this in terms of 3 significant figures, what we have to do, this last digit, uncertain digit, has to be omitted. If I want to omit this uncertain digit, that uncertain digit is greater than 5 or less than 5, we will see. If it is less than 5, it will come under first case. We will not change anything. There it is 17.2 only we can write. If it is greater than 5, so this 6 is greater than 5. So the preceding digit, whatever is there, 2, the 2 has to be increased by 1 unit, and we will write 17.2 becomes 17.3. That 6 is omitted here. Same case in case of second example also. 11.89. Here 9 has to be dropped, which is greater than 5. So it has to be dropped. So the preceding digit, whatever is there, 8. So 8 has to be increased by 1. So 11.8 becomes 11.9. Right now, so that is if it is less than 5 and greater than 5. If the digit has to be dropped 5 only, then if I want to drop this 5 only, then we have to see whether any digits are there right side of it. Okay, so if any digit is there, if that digit is non-zero, if it is not 0, then what we do, the preceding digit we will increase by 1. So whenever we are dropping 5, we will look for right side whether any digit is there. If the digit is a non-zero, then directly we will increase this left side digit, I mean preceding digit, by 1 unit. Okay, 17.3 up to here 2 decimals only we have to write, as we are dropping 5, which is followed by a non-zero digit. That's why 3 is increased by 1. So 17.7.4 it becomes. Next 18.159 is there. This 5 I want to drop. After 5, it is followed by a non-zero digit. That's why preceding digit is increased by 1. So that's why 17.1 becomes, sorry, 18.1 becomes 18.2. Right. Next, if the if the 5 is following by 0, means if it is not following by a non-zero digit, if it is following by 0 or no other digit is there after 5, then so there we see left side, whatever preceding digit is there, whether it is even or odd, we will see. If the following digit is 0 or nothing is there, then we will look for left side what is there. Preceding digit is even or odd, we will see. If it is even, what we do, as it is we will write. If it is odd, what we do, we will increase it by 1 unit. The preceding digit is increased by 1 unit. Okay, right. So still, if any doubts, let me know. Those who have doubts, they can raise. You can write in chat box, or you can unmute yourself and ask. Others? Nirmala, is
Clear,
that
sir.
Nirmala, is that second point clear? Right. So if anyone has, still you can ask. So many are saying it is clear. I am continuing. Right. Next. So that is how we round up, and how we round off digits when we want to omit some digits in the end. So where we come across this is when we are solving problems. So we will be, it will go, the digit will continue. Like when we are multiplication is doing, or division is going on. So the after decimal, the digits will be continued. It will be continued to some 7 digits, 8 digits. So up to where we have to stop, or how many digits we want to drop. For that it is helpful. So one more topic, if you see, you will have complete clarity on this significant figures and rounding of digits. Okay, we will go with the next slide. right? So here, rules for arithmetic operations with significant figures means arithmetic operations means addition, subtraction, and multiplication, division. When we are doing them, how do we follow this significant figures notation, right? Here, see, so in arithmetic operations, the final result should have more significant figures. That is what just now whatever I spoke. So when we are dividing or when we are multiplying and subtracting, so what we get, we will get some more digits in the result. So up to where we have to write, up to where how many digits we have to close that result. For that we are doing this. Okay, so up to where, further addition or subtraction, for both we have same. So when we are adding or subtracting, for both I'll give one example. So what we do in addition or subtraction is, if we are adding two digits, when we are adding two digits, we will get one result. The two digits are having decimals only. Now when we are adding them, when we are getting result, in result how many decimal places or how many digits we want to keep is, we will go for the original data, whatever we are adding. In original data, whatever least significant figures are there, that we will follow in the result. Okay, that we will see here. So in addition and subtraction, the final result should retain as many decimal places as there are in the number with the smallest, sorry, here is typing mistake, smallest number of decimal places. Okay, that means example we'll see, we'll come to know exactly. See, first one, 3.1 plus 1.780 plus 2.046. So these three, when we are adding, what we are getting, 6.926. So whether how many digits we have to keep after this decimal, we need to know. For that, what is given, which is having smallest number of decimals in all this given.
Sir, how can we have 1.3.1? How can we have two decimal points?
See, it is not 1.3.1, it is first one. Instead of putting bracket here, I kept dot. When you see next example, you will understand. See, so 3.1 plus 1.780 plus 2.046. When we are adding these three, we are getting 6.926. How many digits we have to keep in this is, so the smallest number, which is smallest in this, 3.1. In 3.1, after decimal, how many digits are there? Only one. So we have to round it up to 9 only. Okay, up to 9 if you want to round up, because according to this rule we have to round up to 9 only. Now if you want to round up to 9, so what is followed digit? 2. So this up to 2 we have to round up to 2. If you want to round up, this 2 is less than 5, directly whatever preceding digit is there, that we have to write 6.926. Up to this, if you want to omit 6.9 only, we will write first rule, whatever we have seen in round up. So here the least number of significant digits after the decimal is 1, right? So after the decimal is only one digit is there. That's why this result has to be round up to one digit. So 6.9 it will become. This up to 2 we are omitting. So this 2 is smaller than 5. So we can write this preceding digit as it is. Okay. Again, this is not digit. This is not decimal point. Okay. That full stop it is. I should not write it actually. Next, one more example we'll see in case of a subtraction also. So 12.637 minus 2.42 I am doing. So what we got? 10.217 we got. So what are the smallest decimal places in this? 2.42 has 2 digits after decimal. So the result also should have 2 digits only after decimal point. Further, so 2 digits means this third digit has to be round up. So 7 it is. So greater than 5. Greater than 5 means what we have to do? The preceding digit has to be increased by 1. So 10.21 will become 10.23. Right? Sorry, 10.21 becomes 10.22. Right? Okay. Now, so it is 10.22. Is this clear? If it is clear, I'll go with the multiplication and division part also. Did you understand this? How we are following when we are solving problems if we end up with some result?
Yes, sir, it's clear.
Yes, sir. Clear.
Right.
Clear, sir.
Right. Next,
Clear,
Clear,
sir.
sir.
next we will go with what is next arithmetic operations? Multiplication and division. Right. So in multiplication and division also we'll see. Multiplication and division. See, in multiplication and division what we are doing. So in multiplication or division, the final result should retain as many significant figures as there are in the original number with the smallest number of significant figures. It is almost similar to the previous one. We'll see with example. We will be cleared with that. One second. Just a minute. Right. Now, so we'll see one example. See, 1.21 into 36.72 I am doing. So when I am doing this multiplication, I am getting with 44.4312. So what are the least significant figures in the given data? 1.21. After digit, 2 decimal places. After a decimal, so 2 digits are there. So in the result also, we have to end up with 2 digits after decimal. So 44.4312 is there. So I have to omit this 12. Sorry, 312. Right? There is a small thing I have to say. First one, you mean addition and subtraction? Somebody asked. Let me complete this, then we will see. Right. See, what we have to follow here is, we have to follow number of significant figures in the smallest number of significant figures we have to see. Which is having smallest number of significant figures? This first number is having smallest number of significant figures. What is that? 3 significant figures are there. So in the result also 3 significant figures only should be there. 3 significant figures means 44 point up to 4 it should be. These 3 digits has to be omitted. When 3 digits has to be omitted, so what is the digit has to be omitted? 3. The 3 is less than 5. Directly preceding digit has to be written as it is. See, there is a small difference from previous topic to here. There what we have done here, just see. Here, there are in the number with the smallest number of decimal places. Here, decimal places we are seeing. After digit, only 1 digit is there. So, in the result also, after digit, 1 digit we are placing. Here, after digit, 2 digits are there. Here, after digit, 2 digits we are placing. We are not counting total number of significant figures here. Here only 3 significant figures are there in the smallest number. But in the result, 4 significant figures are there. We are not worrying about total number of significant figures when we are doing addition and subtraction. What we are doing, we are looking for when we are doing addition or subtraction, we are going with how many digits are there after decimal places in the smallest number. Here 2 digits are there after decimal place in the smallest number. In the result also, we are keeping 2 digits in the result after decimal, right? So when it comes to multiplication and division, what we are doing, we are looking for total number of significant figures in the smallest number. In the smallest number, 3 significant figures are there. In the result also, we have to have 3 significant figures. Okay, so 44 point up to 4 we have to write. This has to be rounded off. So 3 is smaller than 5. So we have to write preceding digit as it is. One more example we'll see. See here, the least number of significant digits in the measured values is 3. Okay, hence the result when rounded off to 3 significant digits is 44.4. Right. Next, so if we go with the division part, 36.72 is divided by 1.2. What we are getting? 30.6 we are getting. When we are getting 30.6, the smallest value in this given data is 2 digits, 2 significant figures it is having. So the result also should have 2 significant figures. Whatever result we got, it is having 3 significant figures. So the 6 has to be rounded up. When 6 has to be rounded up, so what we have to look whether it is smaller than 5 or greater than 5. It is greater than 5. If it is greater than 5, preceding digit has to be increased by 1. So this 30 is becoming 31. Okay. So now the significant figures is 2. The smallest number also have 2 significant figures. The result also having 2 significant figures. Clear, I hope. If you have any doubts, you can raise here.